Hey YouTube, this is Team Shenanigans' first video on tips for Yu-Gi-Oh! This video is going to be about how to side deck, just generally good cards to have in your side deck. Siding is one of the most important things in large tournaments. It's something every player has to learn how to do efficiently if they want to continue to compete at a higher level. Locals don't matter as much, but constructing a proper side deck for the meta of wherever you're going is one of the biggest parts to winning. I've personally won matches simply because of sided cards. One card has won me a match before. It was a sided card. It's happened multiple times, especially against certain decks. Anyway, we're going to start out. This is just going to be basic side deck cards. You can basically splash into any side deck. As opposed to the ones that would go with a deck type, say, if you were running something like Gemini Beatdown, you'd be more likely to be able to...
Because everyone runs Gemini Beatdown.
I have a Gemini Beatdown deck. You'd be able to splash in more attack power cards, such as King Tiger, a lot easier than if you were running, say, Chaos Planets. If you're running Chaos Planets, you don't want to run King Tiger because...
He'd kill your deck.
Yeah, and I'll get to him. He's in this pile of cards here. Anyway, we're going to start off with probably the most versatile card this format since book got put to 1. Start off with Effect Bearer. If you don't main this guy, do it. And if you can't figure out how to main him, definitely side him because this card stops so much. The only reason I have him is because he's ridiculously good. I main 2 of these in almost every deck I play with because this card stops everything since book's at 1. It's the new book for this format. Anyway, it says it's Econ or Econ, but that's with other decks. Now, this is a techie choice for me. There's a couple that are like this. Snowman Eater. This card is sexy. He's not a flip effect for cards, so if he gets Nobleman, you don't lose your other snowmans.
However, when he's flipped
this up, he pops a monster. 1900 defense. I side him against Black Wings, and what's the other deck I side him against? There's another one. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I know I side him against Black Wings because of the defense. They end up running into him, and he gets hurt. Oh, I side him against Flame Bills because they try to fire dog, and I go, haha. But yeah, Snowman Eater is really good. And he's water, so you can put him into fish and do shenanigans with them, with Fishborg, and you can also put him in... He can really become a target for Debris Dragon, and you bait Gunner with him. If anyone doesn't know who Gunner is, go Google him.
It's like Gunner, Dragon of the Ice Bear, or something like that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's an Ice Barrier card.
It's a 7-star. So, obviously, this card has become much more popular since 6 Sams came back. Kinetic Soldier. When this card battles a warrior type monster, this card gains 200 attack and defense during damage calculation. Or 2,000, I'm sorry.
I was like, wait a minute.
Attack and defense during damage calculation.
He wouldn't be anywhere near as good.
Yeah. You side this obviously against 6 Samurai because they're the most warrior-based deck around right now. You can either set it, have them attack into it. Oh, you take 3,000 points of damage due to you attacking into my 3,800 defense. Or you can...
So they're attacking with an 800?
Yes. Kakimushi. That's 400 I know. But you could summon and beat over all their cards too, as long as they don't have like a Stardust or something. You can swing over their Shein or whatever else they got, provided they don't have a lot of background hate for you, which they probably do. So yeah, but he's really good defense against Sam's. Also running the red and blue build. King Tiger. Wuhan. Wangu. Whatever.
Or so likes to call it Wu-Tang Tiger.
The Wu-Tang Tiger. He's really good against Doppel Planets. And anything that uses tokens and his little monsters. Frogarks too. He basically stops Synchro Summons as well, because as soon as anything that has 1,400 attack or less is summoned onto the field, it automatically dies because of this guy's effect. So he really slows down...
if they're already on the field.
If they're already on the field, they're still alive. He really slows down a lot of decks. Like, he slows down Frogs, he takes away Treeborn. He slows down the Dandy, like I just said, because if they summon the Dandy tokens, they blow up, and they summon Dandy, they blow up. If they summon the Doppel Warrior, they blow up, the tokens blow up, and Junk
Warrior. Synchron, I mean.
Junk Synchron. He blows up, and probably whatever he pulls out of the grave will blow up too. So, he's really good. And Debris Dragon as well. So, King Tiger stops a lot of little monsters that are key for a lot of decks that are played nowadays. Puppet Land. obvious reason. Another card that got really popular when Sam's came back. But I've also cited this against Gravekeepers because it works on spellcasters as well.
Dean did that to me and you wrecked me with it.
Yeah, this card is pretty good. It's a mind control for warriors or spellcasters. Actually, it's not a mind control. It's an enemy controller, basically.
It's a change of heart.
Yeah, you get their monster for the turn. You contribute it. You can sync with it. You can attack with it. You can do all that good stuff. So it's a good card, but it all depends on what deck you're running if you absolutely need this on your side. Remember, side card deck's only 15 cards. So my advice to you is side against whatever you're weakest against, heavy, and then put a couple other splash cards. DD Crow. DD Crow is a sexy little beast. He can remove one card from your opponent's graveyard on either player's turn. So say they were to activate Glow Up Bulb, they pay their cost, you chain Crow's effect, yank the Glow Up Bulb out of their graveyard, they don't get the special. Or they play Monster Reborn and target a card in their graveyard. Either way, DD Crow stops so many plays. He's really good, and he's a winged beast too, so if you're running Black Wings, you can set him and Icarus with him.
If you absolutely need to.
You absolutely have to, and he's also dark, so he goes with Dad, and Chaos Sorcerer. So yeah, he's just a sexy little birdie. The god of
Thunder
anti-meta.
King Ryo.
Thunder King. He's the god of anti-meta. 1900 beater, stop searches.
And stops
and
one
can
summon.
stop a special
One
summon.
special summon.
Really good against Sam's. Okay against Gravekeepers because his attack's only 19. That's why I say okay, because he can get run over pretty easy. But and he's also good for stopping special summons. Thunder King's just a good card in general. He's also light. So
He doesn't stop the summoner. He stops the summon.
Yes, for those of us that know Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hey, some people don't know.
Light. He goes with Honest if you're running him for Light Sworns or Gemini Beatdown or whatever. But if you're running Gemini Beatdown, you probably already main him. So yeah. Cyber Dragon. Obvious reasons. Obvious. Cyber Dragon's machine. You can contact with him for what's his name?
Chimera
Tech Fortress. Special summon's really easy. You can side this against Gravekeepers or machines. Gravekeepers because you can attack right over them. Because generally, I don't think there's a Gravekeeper aside from Commandant that is over 2,000 attack.
Or defense. No.
Or defense. Well,
No.
all their defenses go up with Necro Valley. But anyway,
Blah, blah, blah.
Cyber Dragon is just a good beater. And any deck that constantly clears your field, you can side this against them. Or machines, obviously, because then you turn their whole field into your field of 5,000 attack Chimera Tech Fortress.
And then they book it. And
Just make sure if you're running machines, you don't leave them on the field because your opponent will win a regional match because of it. I have done it before. Okay, now this is a goofy little card. Intercept Wave. Really, really good against Infernities. Seth was playing Robbie Stargell once at Thanks for Playing. And Robbie kept sinking. Seth had Swords Revealing Light up.
No, I didn't.
No,
I don't run that card.
Okay, never mind. I lied. He didn't have swords up. But
He was in main phase 2.
Robbie got to main phase 2, sunk for 2 monsters, ended. Seth this.
That had been set like the whole game.
Ended. It was Robbie's turn again. He played almost his entire hand, had a field of 5 synchro monsters, and then went to attack, and Seth flipped Intercept Wave. This turns all synchro monsters on the field to defense and returns them to the extra deck in the end phase. So there goes his advantage. Seth won that game. Yeah.
That won me the set.
Yeah. Nobleman of the Crossout. Really good card against Gravekeepers and even X-Savers. Because you open with Nobleman on their face down Dark Soul, which is the most likely card for them to set on their first turn.
Or Ember's Blade.
Or Ember's Blade. It really hurts them card-wise. Also, it's good against Light Swarm or anything that sets a lot of Rykos or Gravekeeper Spy, which would be Gravekeepers, because it removes all of them from their deck. Just be careful when playing this, though, because if your opponent's playing a flip effect card that you have as well and you hit it, it removes them from your deck, too. Say, if I were playing my Light Swarm deck and I was playing another Light Swarm deck, I would not side this, because if I hit the Ryko, all my Rykos
Unless you start with all 3 in your hand.
And all my Rykos go away, too. So, yeah, we're not going to have that. But anyway, Nobleman's a good card.
Or you side out the Rykos.
Good card is good. Another hate against machines and the new Kakuri decks that are coming out.
Which are machines.
Which are machines. It's not what you typically think of machines. System down. Pay 1,000 life points. Remove all machines from their side of the field
have like one of each
and their
rarity.
graveyard. Yeah.